Hey, welcome back to Ray Dog's Random Thoughts, the show where we peel back the layers and dive into the wild world of today's culture, one brain-bending topic at a time. Throwing a man gone wrong, no pickle down there. I'm your host, Chip.
And we're not afraid to ruffle a few feathers along the way. Today's episode, it's a juicy one. We're talking about the women, yes, actual biological women who support the inclusion of biological men in women's sports. I happen to be a real woman. Maggie here, I got my Maxi card to prove it.
You heard right. We're asking, why would women stand on the side of something that could, arguably, erase their own competitive opportunities? Let's talk about it, honestly, critically, and without censorship. Let's get one thing straight. This isn't about hate. It's not about demonizing people. It's about asking real questions. You can disagree without throwing shade at the truth, which shall do what? Set you free.
Exactly. The question is, why are some women defending transgender athletes, specifically trans women, competing in women's sports?
Let's be real. From swimming to track, we've seen examples of biologically male athletes dominating women's competitions. And yet, there's a section of women, feminists even, who say this is progress.
But progress for who? Because it doesn't seem like the girls losing scholarships, podium spots, and career chances are benefiting.
So, what gives? I have my thoughts, but what say you, Maggie?
Some of this comes down to ideology, pure and simple. There's a group of women who believe gender identity trumps biology. These are often third-wave feminists or gender theory activists.
They're all in on this idea that woman is just a vibe, a social construct. To them, questioning a trans woman's place in women's sports is equivalent to transphobia.
They see themselves as allies, supporting what they think is the next phase of civil rights.
But that raises another question. Is it allyship or is it ideological submission?
Boom. Say that again.
Is it real support, or are they afraid to be labeled bigot, hateful, or cancelable?
That fear of being called a bigot is strong, and it's silencing a lot of reasonable people. Hang on, Shep. Let's talk about our sponsor because we're not getting revenue for this episode. Want to help us out? Buy us a cup of coffee. The link is in the description notes. Proceed, Chip, off the old block.
Let's dig deeper here. There's a psychological element here. Some women who support men in women's sports might be overcorrecting for past injustices.
Like, I felt marginalized as a woman, so I refuse to marginalize anyone else.
That sounds noble, but in practice it turns into self-erasure. They're so committed to being inclusive that they forget to protect their own space.
And some of it is guilt. White guilt, liberal guilt, college indoctrination guilt. Whatever it is, it leads to compromising basic fairness in the name of being kind.
But kindness without truth is just weakness dressed up in a smile. Let's talk incentives. Some of these women aren't just being ideological, they're being strategic.
There are career benefits to standing on the right side of this debate. Professors, activists, athletes, some of them are doing this to stay employed, funded, or relevant.
You go against the tide, you lose your speaking gig, your job at the university, your Nike endorsement.
So, some women play the game, not because they believe, but because they benefit or at least avoid punishment.
It's all carrots and sticks. Obey and be rewarded. Resist and be erased. Here's the kicker. The same women who scream, "My body, my choice," are now telling girls to just deal with it when a 6'2" biological male wins the state championship in the 400 meters.
And we're not supposed to see a contradiction in that?
They say gender is fluid but demand rigid obedience to their worldview. They say women should be protected, but only if they say the right things.
If a woman says, "Hey, I don't want to race against someone who went through male puberty," she's painted as hateful. That's not equity, that's ideological bullying.
Let's not forget the real women who have spoken out. Riley Gaines, a former collegiate swimmer, has taken heat for saying women's sports should be for women.
She was ridiculed, shouted down, even physically confronted. Why? For stating something most people agree with privately?
But the women who side with trans inclusion, they're held up as brave, progressive, compassionate. Yet the truth is, they're not the ones sacrificing anything. It's the high school girls who lose races, the college athletes who sit out. So why do some women defend this?
It's a mix. Some genuinely believe it's morally right. Some are afraid to be canceled. Some want ideological brownie points. Some just go with the crowd because it's easier than fighting it.
But in the end, the result is the same. Women's sports are no longer about women. They're about who identifies the loudest. And that should make everyone pause, no matter what side you're on.
Whew, we went there today. And if you're still listening, thank you for thinking critically with us.
If you're a woman who supports trans inclusion, we want to hear from you. Tell us why. Respectfully. We want the conversation, not the cancellation.
Be sure to follow, subscribe, and leave a like. This is Ray Dog's Random Thoughts, and we're just getting started.
See you next time. Keep your eyes open and your mind even wider.
Random Thoughts.